Hey, what's going on, everybody? Card Chaser here. I'm gonna do kind of a continuation video. Video I put out last month. I chose 10 or 11 cards out of my collection. I chose them at random. That just to kind of see what the prices were doing, what the ROI is, and kind of get a gauge for the market. This video is be a little different. The first video I compared it to what I paid for the card to the most recent sales. So this one is from January to February. I tried to pick the same date. So if the last sale was February 14th, I tried to look at January 14th, and obviously some of them it may have been January 12th, 13th, something like that. It may not have been exactly 1 month, but for the most part, actually, I got pretty lucky and was able to do that. Now, the first 5 cards, kind of surprising to me, they are not going up. They either didn't have any sales, nothing changed, or they actually went down. And 2 of the cards in here were actually probably 4 of the cards were a little surprising to me. But the first one we're going to talk about is this 1961 Topps Whitey Ford at a PSA 5. There have just been no sales of it at all. And so I was able to make the last video where I showed what I paid for it and then a recent sale, but there's been no sales of this. So I put this in the going down or no sales column. All right, the next card is the 2019 Topps Update Gold Mike Trout and a PSA 8. The last sale, when the last video I made was $16.99, and that's been the last sale of it. There's been nothing else happening with this card. And I'm sure part of it is, there's only 2019 of them, and a lot of people are either, I don't know if it's common that these cards are coming back kind of with a below 9 grade. They're just not coming up for sale, or there's a ton of them setting at PSA. And when you send cards into PSA, they sit there for months and months, sometimes up to a year. So I don't know what's going on with that card, but there's just the last sale. There's been nothing happening since the last video. This card is probably the most shocking of them all. The 2019 Topps Fernando Tatis Jr. flagship rookie card and an SGC 10. So when you try to go through this and get sales data, obviously I look at eBay, and then if I can only see best offers accepted on eBay, I'll go to 130 point, and then you can see what offer was accepted. And there's a lot of issues with places like Probstein and PWCC where you'll see kind of cards go along and they're selling for 140 bucks, let's say, then all of a sudden you'll see a couple of sales and these things are like 280. Well, then you look and it's a PWCC or a Probstein sale. So some of the data, it's a little blurry, but the last sale I could see on this in an SGC 10, now if you went and looked at PSA 10s, you're probably going to see a whole different, it's going to be a different story on the sales. But for an SGC 10, it sold in January for $149, and then it just sold today, I believe it was today, this morning, for $144. So that's a 3.36% decrease. Very, very close in that sales data, but still down, which is surprising to me. But once the season starts and he gets back on the field, I expect nothing but that card to continue to go up. Okay, the 2019 Topps Chrome Update Blue Refractor Mike Trout. This is out of 150. There have been no sales, but they're in PSA. So I could have easily just said, nothing sold, there hasn't been any sales, but there was an SGC 9 that sold in February for $45. So since there's no sales, I paid $50 for this PSA 9, and it's in a SGC sleeve here. That's why it looks so big. But I paid $50 for it, so that is a 10% decrease. There's just been no PSA sales, so that's in the kind of nothing's happening column. And then this 2018 Topps Holiday Mega Box, Ronald Acuna Jr. The bat down photo, not the bat down card, this is the holiday with the snowflakes. February is sold, last sale in an SGC was $37. It did sell at SGC 10, sold for $50 in December. So that is a 26% drop, which does not concern me at all. I think like anything else, once he gets back on the field, once baseball really gets ramped up, we're going to start seeing a lot of movement in him, Juan Soto, Tatis. So I really don't have any concerns, but it did go down. All right, now the going up. So let me see, I'm going to go from the lowest increase to the highest, and when I edit the video, I'll number them 1 through 5 or however I'm going to do it. But so the least increase, this card was not on the video last time, but I put it on there just because I was curious to see. This is the 2018 Topps Update Acuna and a BGS 9. So in January, the last sale was $50. It just sold this month for $60. So that is a 20% increase. All right, the next card up is the 2018 Topps Update Juan Soto in a PSA 9. So in January of this year, it sold for $100. And this is another one. I mean, the sales are all over the place. There are huge sales. And then there's, you know, I don't know if it's just a bunch of shill bidding or I don't know what's going on with it. But so it sold in January for $100. It just sold this month for $120. So that is a 22% increase. All right. My favorite card that I own, the 89 Upper Deck Ken Griffey Jr. Star Rookie. In January, in a PSA 8, it sold for $125. On February, and actually I got this one to the day, January 14th, it sold for $125. February 14th, it sold for $164. 31% increase. And this card wasn't in the last video. Oh, no, maybe this card was in the last video. But it's the 2018 Topps Heritage Ronald Acuna Jr., the base card, in a PSA 9. The last sale in January, in the last video, this wasn't the last video, it had sold for $26. And in February, I believe yesterday or today, it just sold for $39.99. So that is a 49% increase. All right, this was in the last video as well. The 2007 Topps Derek Jeter with the Bush mantle. So this is the short print in a PSA 9. So there are some kind of funky, there's 3 sales on this, but so on January 5th, it sold for $79. On January 14th, it sold for $36, and it has just been all over the map like that. But the January 5th sale was a Probstein, so I'm not really counting that. The January 14th just looked like a normal sale. It sold for $36. It just sold this month for $65. So that would be an 80% increase. And then the one that keeps going up the most, I mean, this thing is just really glad I bought this, was this 96 Upper Deck Kobe Bryant rookie card in an SGC 9. I actually bought this in a kind of an old, outdated grading company's holder. They're not even in business anymore. Cracked it, resubmitted it to SGC, got a 9 on it. So the SGC 9 sold in January for $99, and it just sold February of this year for $199. So that's a 101% increase. So that's the list. You know, there's a lot of other cards I could have pulled and tried to show, you know, huge increases in my investment, but these are the cards that I went with a month ago. So I figured these are the cards I'm going to stay with. I did add that one Acuna, but it just kind of shows in my mind, it kind of just shows the health of the market, what's happening in the market. You know, I have I have another Kobe rookie I could look at. I have some you know, LeBron. I have a LeBron James rookie. I have some different cards I could be looking at. Some Jordan cards that are just really taking off. But these are the ones I picked, so I figured I'd just stay with them. Now, I also ask you guys, you know, please go take a look at my eBay store. I just uploaded a lot of cards today to the eBay store. It took a lot out of me because I do not like selling cards at all, but I got to do it. So go check the eBay store out. The link will be below. Please like the video, guys. It really helps them out. We had 2 more subscribers today, so I really want to thank everybody. We're getting closer to our 100 subscriber giveaway. And when we get there, we will be giving away the 2019 Topps Heritage Juan Soto cloth sticker and a PSA 9. So guys, I really appreciate the support. I'm looking forward to giving this away to somebody. In the link below is also the Facebook group, the Buy, Sell, and Trade Facebook group. Please check that out. Really would like to build something good over there. Drama-free environment for people to go and buy, sell, and just talk about the hobby. All right, guys. You guys have a great weekend. Be safe, and I'll talk to y'all soon.